Hello and welcome to Pointer. In this video we're going to introduce point preprocessing, and toward that end I'm going to start by creating a new project, and this is just an ordinary project. I'm going to call it point preproc. We need to give it a path. 4A's is good. Do it OK. We're there. I'm going to turn on my grids for my display, so I'll show the grid. I think I'm going to change this to 300, 300. All right. Now, if I click on a point, it magically appears on the coordinates magically appear on the left-hand side, 55, 96. But I might have been intending on getting 50, 100. Okay, I can do that. 50, 100. And when I hit commit, if you look very closely on the right-hand side, the little dot will move. Okay. Click on another point. Well, I missed it again. I don't want to have to retype the coordinates in every time. That's pointless. So what can I do? Well, I can create a point preprocessor. A point preprocessor preprocesses the coordinates of the point before it inserts it into the ACE editor. So let's do a new point preprocessor. And here we have the new point preprocessor. I have to give it a name. The name has to be at least 8 characters, and I'm going to give it a name of SNAP TO 5050. Highly original. Commit. Well, it doesn't do anything still. But let's go back. Let's edit it. I committed too quickly. What I want to do is I want to read this. It says get point and then insert point, and oh, okay, so I need to apply my point manipulations here. And the point manipulations that I want to do is I want to take 50 times round of the point divided by 50. And that should be my new point. So what I'm doing is I take the coordinates of the point, I divide it by 50, and then I multiply times 50. I round it and then multiply times 50. And then that's inserted back. Commit. Now if I click, it still doesn't do what I wanted it to do. If you look toward the end, it's 56, 56. That's not what I wanted. So what I'm going to do, let's start it on a new row. 50, 142 definitely didn't work. I'm going to go back to, and I'm going to look at this little thing down here. I have to select the point preprocessing. So even though I have a point preprocessor, I have to select it. Once I select it, now when I click, it's 5200. How about this one? Well, if I move it, it's still not what I want. If I move this, the coordinates have been destroyed. It didn't snap. It's no longer snapping to anything. Well, I want it to snap to when I move it. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the point preprocessor, edit it, and what I want is I want to do the same thing, aka Control C or Apple C, on when I move the point. And now commit. Now whenever I move a point, notice that the point preprocessor is still selected. The snap to is still selected. Whenever I move a point, it's going to snap to. So the coordinates now are snapping to. This one is snapping to. If I go back to the first line, and I go They all snapped too. Wonderful. However, if I move this, if I go to the matrix mode and I move this, they all moved off. They moved off center. So let's move it back. Let's get it back. I'm going to get it back by doing a Control Z and a commit. That gets it back. And this time I'm going to go back to this point preprocessor. I'm going to edit it again, snap to. And this time I'm going to say, okay, on move matrix. So I'm going to copy this thing like I did last time. Control C or Apple C. Go over to the next entry and paste it. Well, there's a slight thing. There's no point. There's a dxdy. So let's use because what we're moving is a dxdy, not a point. So let's change that. And now commit. Now, when I move, and I move over to say here, it snaps to, which is what I wanted. Okay. The point preprocessor is held inside your aux directory, inside the point preprox. Whoops. And there's your snap to. And if I open that, I can actually see it, and it's essentially a very specialized list. If I want, I can reuse that, and I'm going to the point preprocessor, or use the point preprocessor of another project by importing it. So let's create a new page, and in this case I'm going to import a point preprocessor, import, and the one that I'm going to import is in PPP. It's in the aux directory, remember. Select. And now I've taken the point preprocessor from another project and I've entered it in here so that changing the coordinates, make it a little smaller. And if I go over here, right now there's no point preprocessor selected. I could select the snap to, but no, I'm more interested in this circle snap. So let's use the circle snap. And now when I click, no matter where I click, the points snap to a circle. That circle happens to be centered in my picture at the center of the WH, which is 150, 150, and it has a radius of 50. And to examine that, I'm going to look at the circle, and you can see that what it does is it gets the point, it subtracts the center from it to get V, it finds the length of V, and then what as a vector, and then we create a unit vector, and we add 50 times that unit vector to the center, and that's our point. And that's what we have. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that that gives you an idea of what you can do with point preprocessing. It means that you can have snaps twos on very, very exotic graphs. It also means that you can do almost anything to the tables. That is, you can copy points or copy matrices, etc. But that's for a later day. That's it for today. Have a nice day, and stay safe, etc., etc.